it's Jerry-Ann with scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, and I am really excited to share with you tonight a mini album using paper bag techniques that I have seen in place from multiple places. I am a follower over on the Paper Trail with Laura Dennison. I have seen some things with Kathy Orta. I have seen some different ways to use paper bags over on YouTube as well. And so I was asked by Laura over on Laura's Crafty channel, which is on Ustream, and then she is also over on YouTube as well, to put together and kind of walk her through doing a mini album using the Celebrated bags by Michaels, these bags here. Oops. And I'm going to try really hard to see if I can get my camera to zoom in just a little bit without giving everybody grief. That looks a little better. And anyhow, so I kind of worked on a few different things. So I used the 4 5/8 by 8 5/8 inch paper sacks in order to make my sample album. I have totally fallen in love with the Stack the Deck binding from Laura Dennison over on Following the Paper Trail, and I really like it. It's a very easy binding method, and it's one that works for me, and so I adapted it in order to use these 3 styles of paper bags as well. So that's what I'm kind of sharing with tonight. I'm kind of the 3 different ways. I got a couple of the pages done on this mini. And let me see, I am just getting a really, really bad glare. And let's see here. So I think that that's probably the best view you're going to get with the camera. So I put the camera really up kind of high. Let me see if I can drop it down a little bit to see if that works any better. Just because I really want to make sure that you guys can see what's going on. This uses the new Die Cuts with the View Coral Couture paper collection, and I bought both the paper, the designer paper, as well as the let's see here. I bought both the designer paper as well as the cardstock. Let's see how this does. My table is a little wobbly there. I'm going to have to kind of figure that out a little bit. Hi, Tony. All right, so here is the paper bag mini using the Celebrated bags from Michaels, and these are, like I said, the 4 5/8 by the 8 5/8 brand, and I used the white ones, and then again I used really let's see. Unfortunately, I'm pretty close to where I'm gonna get. I wonder if it's just because of the paper is so white. Let me see if I can, you know, I'm just kind of stuck a little bit with kind of where I'm at. Well, I think we're going to end up being a little blurry tonight. Well, maybe once we get to the other paper that's a little more bright, it'll work out really well. So anyway, let me grab the paper that this book is made out of so that you can see kind of the, and I have, of course, just precariously perched over here on a drawer. So it's this stack, the Coral Couture stack from Die Cuts with a View. Really kind of cute paper. Lots and lots and lots of really, really neat pieces. And I actually, if any of you follow Laura Dennison over at Following the Paper Trail, she just released a pattern called the Double Decker Stack the Deck Mini album. And so I finished my base of that with this paper. And so I've got my book started here. Let me see if it makes a huge difference if I turn this light up. Oh, it does. All right. Let's see if we move the camera a little bit or into the light, if I'm going to get it better. There we go. So this has a tag here. So I've already cut into that stack quite a bit. And so it's got tags, and I've got all my little bits and pieces ready to do the embellishments and things for the rest. But the paper is just absolutely gorgeous. So I really, really liked it. So some of the paper I've got pieces that I can show you, some of it I can't because I cut into it already. So it's really, really nice paper. So this is my book so far, using her pattern and putting that together. And I'm looking forward to the next class when we'll learn how to keep the tags all hanging right and the whole bit. So again, it's just really, really pretty paper. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, come right back, Tony. Maybe it'll be a big difference once I get off of the green too and have more of what's happening here. So this is kind of the paper that I used in order to make this. So I have 3 different styles of bags to show you tonight so that you can kind of see what is going on. And like I said before, I have seen these multiple places. I don't know, I don't know who originally came up with the idea. I know that I absolutely have loved it, and there are a couple of my favorites. So that's kind of what I end up doing, is kind of the things that I think is neat. So this first album, or this first page, is the paper bag album cut down into a tag shape, and then added paper in order to make a pocket in the front here. And then when you open it up, it allows you to have a pocket in the back here, as well as a pocket here, and then of course a photo mat here or any of that. And then I know the second page I saw it at Following the Paper Trail, and basically it's a lunch bag that is got a cuff to it on the top, and it's just folded down, and then it's attached by squishing the bag piece together. So you get your pocket off to this side, and then here's another piece of that paper. I'm trying to get it to show up. It says My Love on it, and it's got some bling and things like that. And so it's got another piece. And then I think this originally came from Kathy Orta from Paper Phenomenon, but I know I saw on Ustream a lady who actually started kind of changing some things up, and so I really liked it as well. So it's got a pocket here and a pocket down here, and then it normally would have a flap that would come down on this side in order to give you a flap that would flip up and down, but I didn't want that at this point, So what I did do, and I did it on the second one because I'm not completely done with this album yet. So here's this paper here. When we flip it open, you've got, again, the pocket down here, the pocket at the top. But the other thing that I did, which I thought was really cool, and I saw this, I think both in Kathy and Laura's as well, is I added a pocket to the top here so that you can stick a tag into the top here and have it come out the top. So that's another little area that we're going to use. And then of course all of the bags at the end open for a tag as well. So you get a couple of tags in these pockets as well. And even on this tag here you can get a nice big pocket, or we can add kind of this little lip here on it as well. So I'm excited to kind of get to showing you how to make these. I'm actually going to use the smaller bags tonight, and I'm going to use a paper collection from close to my heart called Footloose. I'm hoping to get this one done in the next week or so. I'm going to be working actually the next couple of days, and so when I work, sometimes I'm up late, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I get a chance to do a few different things. So basically we're going to kind of base off of these. It's a really quick, easy way. I've done 3 of these little flaps here put together with binder rings and given it as a gift. I have a whole entire little mini book done in this style for Valentine's Day, and I taught a class actually with this method, and we ended up using 6 pages and flaps and using the photo mats from Die Cuts with a View, the little stacks, and those are on sale at Joann's this week. So those are really fun too. So I'm going to show you the stuff from close to my heart that we're going to use tonight, just so that you can see what we're using. I'm going to be using brown, the little brown paper bags from Celebrate It bags from Michaels, and they're the little itty bitty ones. They're the 3.5 by 6 3/4 bags. And if you have a Close to My Heart catalog, the collection is on page 43. Really cute, beachy kind of paper, water kind of paper, fun things to definitely do. The collection actually starts on page 39 with some really cute layouts and things featuring the paper collection. And then it also has some really cute wooden pieces that come with the collection as well. Let's see if I can, there we go. So those are really neat, and we've got some alphabets here, and then these are the durable round studs. And again, the paper collection is very watery, beachy kind of feel. Let's see, I'm trying really hard so that you guys can see some of the stamps because they're really cute. Ugh. I don't know. It must be a Ustream thing, Tony. Have no clue. Well, I dropped the computer, I dropped the angle down so it's a little closer to you. So here's some more of those stamps that go with this collection. And then again, the collection that we're using tonight. So, I will share with you at the beginning of the chat, there is a link to my blog, and there is a link to my website, and then there's a link to the paper collection as well. So I thought I'd go through. Your paper collection, when you get it, comes like this. You get an exclusive stamp set that you cannot purchase outside of the kit. You get these wooden badge buttons. They're badge buttons, Z1703. There are 12 of them, and they are self-adhesive, so that you can stamp on them. We can cover them with paper, whatever we'd like to do. And then cute stamp set with some turtles and things like that. Here as well. Nice big seahorse, and the fish and the starfish. A really nice circle. And this circle, actually, you can use the Art Philosophy cartridge to cut out the circle, and this will stamp perfectly in it. It's got a dimension here on the stamp sheet. Yeah, the seahorse is really cute. I'm liking the turtle too. So we'll see what we can do with that. The collection also comes with an instruction guide in order to make the 2-page layout that is here. So it tells you everything that you need to know, and then gives you a cutting guide as well. And I know I go over this every time we use a new kit, but I want people to see that it's definitely something that is really beneficial. It tells you what to stamp, how many of them to stamp, where they're going to go, what other little pieces and things that you need, as well as on the back another layout that usually comes from one of the how-to books that Close to My Heart sells. And then also, if you purchase a 6x6 Creations Memory Showcase and the complements dimensional elements, you could actually make a 6x6 accordion album. That's really a nice album out of all of the paper and everything that's in this packet. So here is the paper, which is the fun part to look at. Close to My Heart's paper packs are $10, $9.99 for the pieces. You get 3 pieces of designer paper that is 2-sided. So you basically, it's heavyweight cardstock. Oh, you guys can't see the sun. Let's see. You see it? Oh, there you go. A little bit in there. There's a really cool sun at the bottom there. And then there's this piece that kind of has some brown speckles and things in it. It is kind of like sand. And then turned over, it is this really nice pebble sheet that coordinates well. And then this is a green sheet here. And on the back, it's got blue swirls. The zip strips on these are really cute as well. These have zip strips on the tops that you can use. So that's got a little scallop border. And then this piece here has some phrases. So it comes with 2 each of those pieces of paper. It comes with 2 sheets of bamboo cardstock. It comes with 2 sheets of sweet leaf. It comes with a piece of creme brulee. And it comes with a piece of lagoon. And then it also comes with 2 sheets of white daisy cardstock. So the cool part about it is you definitely get enough to make a nice kit to use for books, patterns, any of those things that you'd like to do. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll work on prepping our paper bags for a book, and then we'll choose our front and back cover and get that all situated and started, and we'll go from there. These are the complements. They're the little chipboard pieces. It says here comes the sun. The little seahorse there is really cute. And then on this side, some sun yellow. It says, it's happy talent to know how to play. Paradise found. And these are, they're just really nice, heavy, sturdy elements that you can use on your layouts or on your pieces. Here's the cute little seahorse. we go. He's cute. All right, so everybody got their bags? And we'll kind of get started. And I'm wondering if Laura's out there, if she got her social stream to work or her chat or anything, because I'm not seeing anybody. So, all right. So we're going to need 6 bags. And so any of the measurements I give out are for these little itty bitty bags. You just kind of measure your bigger bags as we go along. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know you're here, Tony, and I'm excited. I'm glad that we got a chance to kind of play and do the other pieces. And I've got a whole huge stack of paper on my side that I'm going to send to you as soon as I have an address. So you'll definitely need to send me a note with your and that. All right. So the first one that we're going to do is the tag shaped one. What we're going to do is the first thing is to cut a sliver off of the side of this bag here. Just take a little itty bitty bit off of the end. And that's just going to provide us with a pocket so that we can use the binding. And then also just the little ruffly part of the top of the bag. Oh, okay. Well, I'll send you I'll tell you again where it's at. It shouldn't be a problem. I got email all day, so I don't know why you're having issues trying to get it to me, but we'll get it to you. All right. So, we've got that there. And then one of the easiest ways to make the tag. Oh, awesome. I wonder if that was one of the calls that came through. I haven't checked my voicemail or anything. So I will definitely do that and we will talk. Because, yeah, those books are awesome. So I'm going to do 2 of these at the same time because it's just easier. So I'm just taking off, again, the little itty bitty bit at the bottom. And then I just took the ruffly edge off of the top here. I'm going to move that back out of the camera. Then I'm going to put these 2 together, and in order to give it that pointed feel, I'm just going to take my scissors and cut off a corner. And then I'm going to grab one of the corners that I cut off, and it kind of went like this. So you can kind of see. And what we're going to do is you're going to take it and pick it up and flip it over on this side. And then use it as a template to cut the other corner off. And basically you kind of get some symmetrical corners, which is really nice. All right. So then what we're going to do is we are going to take our pattern paper. Yeah, I learned that trick a long time ago. So I'm going to pull out my pattern paper here, and I'm going to pull out 1 each of all of the cardstock. I'm going to leave the white in here so that I can use that to stamp on. And I think I'm going to use this piece here as my cover. So I'm really excited about that. And then I have basically the other pieces and sides of these to work with. Yeah, we're all in the chat. Is Laura over in the social stream? Because I know she's really, really wanted to be there, and she always talks about you a lot. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and yay, I'm excited too. I'm going to go ahead and use this green polka dot first. And I'm going to cut a piece that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 1/4. I know. Yay. So I'm going to cut a piece 5 1/4 long. And then these bags are 2, 3, by 3 1/4. So these are the little bags. These are not the bigger bags. And oh, all right. And as you can see, these fit really nicely. So we'll do this back side first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and adhere this down, and I am going to use my quick dry. Oh, awesome. Well, I'm glad that you guys came over, because really I've just I try and do a Monday night class. I've done a couple of different ones on different nights. My boys, well, my husband and my son actually go to Cub Scouts on Monday nights. And so the house is quiet. I can do a class and I don't get interrupted. Usually they get home right about the time to say hello and for me to be done, which is really nice. And so, yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad that you came. And I popped it over on Facebook, over in a consultant chat area for Close to My Heart consultants. And so I'm glad that you could join us. All right, and I'm going to cut a second piece of this paper here. And then I am going to cut this down to, I'm going to take 3/4 of an inch off of the end of this one. And it's going to fit really nicely in the pocket. So all I did was take that little piece and adhere it to the back here, then flip it over, and I'm just going to take my Scotch Quick Dry and add some glue to the back, and then slide it in here. And then I had a friend who found the best like little thing in order to definitely smooth out your glue and everything. And she has like this rubber one that is just really, really great. And she shared this one with me, and I love it because it definitely smooths out everything really well. All right, so I am going to need, what we're going to do is we are going to cover the other side of the flap here. I'm going to toss those. I need to make some space. Give me just a second here, because right now everything is like on top of each other. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take my piece of sweet leaf, and I am going to go ahead and cut it. I'm going to cut a 4-inch strip off of it. All right. Then what I'm going to do, because I want this to come over and be the flap here on this piece, I am going to take my glue, and I'm going to add glue to this lip here of the bag. Okay? And then I'm going to take my piece and slip it inside the bag like that and adhere my my glue down. And then you can take a pair of scissors, you can take a cutting knife, you can take your score or your trimmer, and you can cut it off. So I just take my cutting knife and go right along the edge, kind of slowly. And just cut my paper off. Okay? Wednesday and Friday mornings, cleaning my work area. Yay! I'm excited. That will be fun. I can't wait to see some of the Girl Scout stuff you've been doing, Tony. It'll be fun. All right. There are coordinating colors with this kit as well. The coordinating colors are, let's see, White Daisy. Let's see, White Daisy, which is Z2163. Sweet Leaf. Figuring this camera out. And that is Z2153. New England Ivy, which is, yeah, it is awesome white ink from Close to My Heart. It is one that will stamp on dark colors and it will be white. It's a pigment ink. It's really, really super nice. New England Ivy, which is Z2135. We'll use it on something tonight, I think. Creme Brulee, which is kind of a yellowy color, a yellowy kind of thing. Yeah, it's awesome, and it's on my website. That is Z2167. And then we have Bamboo, which is another, between Bamboo, Desert Sand, the White Daisy, and the Cocoa or the Chocolate. Those are like my must-have colors from Close to My Heart. They're really nice. They match really well. It's kind of along those same lines of, if you have them, then you don't really need the Tim Holtz colors, because really they're about the same color. So this is Bamboo, Z2103. And then we have Smoothie, which is kind of a pink peachy kind of thing. This goes really well with that Coral Couture. And it is Z2196. And then Lagoon. And this is a brand new pad, still in the plastic. I have yet to open it. And it is Z2195. And then we have Pear, which is really a hot, it is really kind of a bright, really bright green. And it's Z2197. So I'm going to grab my New England Ivy here. And now that this is dried a little bit, we're just going to fold the corner back. That is the turquoise. The Lagoon color is the one that's really kind of turquoisey. Yeah. So all I did was bend the flat back. So yeah, that's this color here. Actually, it's this one. It's really pretty. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use my New England Ivy, and I'm just going to darken up the edges of my my flap here so that they give some dimension between it and the colors. I'm going to go ahead and swoop the edges here as well. All right, so that lets that going back. And then in order to give this two pockets so that they're pretty separated, what you're going to want to do is take another corner of your sweet leaf and you're going to want to stick it inside the flap. And what you're going to do is you have these little itty bitty flaps. Like when you do this, you've got those little gussets that are in there. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put a little bit of glue on the gussets. And it's going to stay because you're going to actually add another piece on the back. So what we're doing right now is just getting it to stick and stay. So all we're going to do is add that there. So we're just making our tag piece. And we're going to do exactly what we did before, which was to go on the other side, flip it over, and just cut it out. Oh, well, I know Laura is over. Well, let's see. I don't see her anywhere. But Lydia is in the chat. So we need to figure out what's up with Laura's chat so that she can get in the chat as well. Because that would be nice. Because I enjoyed chatting with her when we were able to chat live that one time. So I don't know. All right, so basically that gives us our pocket here. So when this flap turns down, you're going to see that we'll actually be able to add a piece there. So I think we're going to use the lagoon on that side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges of that as well. And then I'm going to just kind of pucker this just a touch so I can get the edge here. And I'm okay with swoopy, messy, kind of distressed. I think this paper will look really cute when that happens. So now we have our divided pocket here for our tag. Okay. And then on the second side, we're going to go ahead and use a piece of our lagoon. And we're going to add the glue to the top as well. I'm going to slide it in and give it a good smush. And that glue dries super, super quick. We're just going to fold that back. Oh, awesome. I am so glad that she's out there watching too, because she really wanted this. And so I was really kind of working hard. Hopefully she got to see the coral one. And then again, I added the glue on the side. I'm just flipping this over to another side. You stick it down and adhere. Let's see if I can get over there. Let's see. See, now I'm not seeing anything in the social stream. Oh, I'm here. Oh, there we go. I see all of this stuff coming now in the social stream, so that's really good. Okay, well, I'll leave one of my windows in the social stream and one in the chat window, so I can kind of do both. And so that's pretty interesting. So, oh, I'm glad. Yay! I am so excited. I can see you, but I can't see her. Oh, I know. Well, she's over in the chat, and she can see your chat. She just can't respond over there in the social stream. All right. So, basically, all I did there was just make the tag. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little piece of this blue. You know, I'm going to leave this little piece here. This is going to be where our pocket goes. So, it will be good. I'm very excited that everybody is around. Yay! That is exciting. I'm glad I was able to find everybody. All right, if you've got a question, please make sure to pop it out there so that I can answer it. All right, so we've got the green on one side, we've got the blue on the other, we've got the craft knife willing to stab me. Okay, we've got the little end on the bottom that we cut off, so our paper bag is open, so we can do the cool binding. Hi, Barry! I'm excited. A lot of the other girls who kind of hang around are over in the social stream, just so you know. Some of them can't get to the chat. We can't figure that out. Some of them can only be in the chat. Some of them can only be in the social stream. The social stream makes you wait 30 seconds in order to, like, talk and everything. And I got my replacement bone folder in the mail today. However, I saved the other one in such a wonderful spot that I cannot find it. So I am hoping that I will find it in the next like 24 hours so I can drop it in the mail to Carol, or I will just send her a payment for the second one. So, very excited. All right. So, Barry, hi, Carrie. Oh, I'm so excited. Carrie's here too. You cut the wrong end. No, we cut both ends, so you can't really cut it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, you guys. Yay! And if you can get over to the chat, you can meet some other really amazing people. Barry from scrapadabadoo.com is over in the chat. And the store is just amazing. I am playing with a mini album. Here, let me pull the sample. It's a bigger one. So we're just playing with paper bag kind of style stuff. I have learned so much, and Laura from Laura Creates, I can't even remember what her actual channel is. Anyway, she bought some paper bags, some of the Celebrate It paper bags, and we're playing with those tonight. Oh, I'm sure. You know what? I plugged it in, and then I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I couldn't get it to work, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to put Pacific Standard Time. Actually, Laura from Following the Paper Trail does a bunch of different bags, and then Laura from Laura's Craft channel was one of the girls that I met, and I've been trying really hard to pull over to the paper trail and a few other places. And so we're playing with the minis tonight, or the paper bags tonight, just to kind of figure it out. And then I figured out how to use the Stack the Deck binding in order to put them all together. So I am so excited. I just cut the ends off. So, can you explain what you did, Jerry Ann? In what? Anyway, this is the little tag book, and I know I saw somebody on Prima make something like this, and I've seen quite a few people make this this piece. So it's got a pocket here, and I just ripped my bag, and then you open it and it's got a pocket on this side and a pocket here, and a tag, a place for a tag here. And then this is the paper bag that Laura did with the cuff over on Following the Paper Trail. And basically it's a score and a cuff to give you a pocket here and a pocket here. And then of course you get the pocket on the end. And then I don't know where I saw this. I think it was on a YouTube video. And I think it was originally something that Kathy Orta from Paper Phenomenon did. But somebody had kind of played with it. But anyway, it's a paper bag that gives you a pocket here, and then when you flip it, it's supposed to have a, okay, don't fret, Laura, we'll get you. We'll get you because I have a whole nother one to do. There should be a flap on this side. And but I didn't like it because then it wouldn't let me bind it using the Stack the Deck binding. So I definitely kind of took that out and just shoved the little gusset back in that one. And then on this one, this is just the same exact thing, but the cool part is, as I was putting it together, I actually made a pocket into the top of this one. So this page would actually allow a gusset at the top. So that's really kind of fun. So, and then, like I said, I haven't finished this album yet. This one's just kind of done, all done. So it's just really kind of fun. So this is what we're kind of making, and I'm making it on a much smaller bag. So, Laura, to go back to you, you have the little bag that looks like this. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to cut just a sliver off the top and a little itty bitty sliver off the bottom. And the sliver off the bottom is just going to open the bag up so that when we do the Stack the Deck binding, it can put a hole in there. What social stream? And can you see both the chat and the social stream? Yes, I can see, because I have in my broadcast window, I have the chat open. Or no, I have the social stream open, and in my other window I can see what you guys are seeing, so I can see how far you are behind. So yes, I can see both. And so I've got people over on the social stream who can't get to the chat, and I have people in the chat who can't get to the social stream. So that's why it looks like I'm talking to like 7 different people, because really I'm talking to 13, which I'm pretty excited about. Does that answer your question? Okay. So anyway, Laura, you're just slivering and slivering, and that's good. And then what you do is you cut off a corner to make it look like a tag, and then you take those little pieces, which I threw on the floor. Let's see. Ah, here's one. Dug it off the floor just for you. So there's this little piece here. So what you do is you take it, and then you oh, cool. And so then you cut the other side. So, all right. And that gives us the piece. So now we've covered the pieces. So we have just this piece here that covers the one side, covers the other side, and we made a pocket on each side. Oh, well, the only thing about that over there, Barry, is that you can only type once every 30 seconds. And so it is really hard when I'm talking and I can ask a question and then it's forever to get the answer. I'm going to make a new one. Hold on. So we're going to do the next piece. And so we're going to cut, again, a piece at 5. I'm going to go ahead and use this piece. And we're going to cut this at 5 1/4. by 3.5. Or did I cut 3.5 or 3.25? 3.25. And then what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and glue this down. Oops. Oh wow. Where did I go? Alright, I hit something and one page went weird, but it looks like I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it alone. It's kind of, oh, uh-oh. Let's see. All right, let's see. Yes, I am recording it. I am recording it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I hit a button and things flaked out. The only thing about the social stream is that you need to make sure that your Facebook is not marked and neither is your Twitter, because it will show up in both of those places if it's marked over there. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay this down here. And then I'm just going to kind of roll this out. Yay! And I'm going to go ahead and use the creme brulee paper to give this one its little taggies. All right. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to glue the piece here. Just going to add glue on our little flap. And we're going to stick our piece inside and smush it down. And then I'm going to take my trusty X-Acto knife. Try not to stab myself. Smush that out a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and take and bend this back. Now, this is the tricky part. When you bend the second side back, you get kind of this forky kind of thing. It's kind of like pinchers. Anyway, when you get those that way, then what you would do is just put glue on these little pieces here. So all we're going to do is glue the little pieces here. And we're going to stuff another corner of this paper in. And that's going to give us our pocket. See? So we just have a pocket. Okay? And then when we flip it over, I'm going to go ahead and stick this cute little paper here, and I'm just putting it so that the fold little pieces will fold over really nicely. Yes, Carrie, I'm sure you could come play at my house. You can come have an in-home lesson. I'm working on Tuesday and Wednesday this week. And that, but I'm sure I have some time on Friday. Just depends on if you're going to if you're going to see that cute grandson of yours. All right. You know, I'm going to use the green on this side. So what I'm going to do is just figure out a corner here. So I'm going to save my pieces. So now, again, all I'm going to do is take and put glue on this part. I'm going to stuff the corner in and glue it down. Okay. All right. Hey Barry, I was seeing, and I don't know if you're still around, I was seeing there was the Prima little people kind of thing. Do you know, was one of those that had all those little people that were coming out, and that are they going to be out soon? Oh. That's awesome, Carrie. You could come play. Prima came out with the, oh gosh, it had like a really cool name. They were stamps. I think the people were the stamps. No, that's Graphic 45. Little Darlings is Graphic 45. But no, these were Prima. It was definitely Prima. And I'm trying to think of what they were called, because when I saw them, I fell in love with them and thought, oh, I really, really, really want them. All right, so here's the back of this piece here. Okay, if I can think about it, I want to say like Roger or something like that was part of their name. It's kind of some French name. So now you're going to put glue all over the back of the cardstock and then slip the piece in there again and smush it down. I'm sure after going to CHA and seeing everything, I'm sure my head would be spinning. So, all right, and then on this one, I am going to use a piece of, where's my, oh, I'm trying to think of the name of that, because really it was one of those I really, really, really liked. And I keep watching for it. All right, so I'm going to cut this at 3 1/4. Actually, let's do it at 5 1/4 again, just so that when I want to use it on another piece, I'm kind of there. And then this envelope, so we're going to cut at 1 3/4. Okay, that would be awesome. 1 2 3 1/4. All right, so I'm going to add this little piece here. Well, at least it's not me won't letting you in. I'm sorry that you can't get into the chat. Because I'm pretty sure I don't have any kind of restrictions on people going in or out of that. All right, in order to make this a pocket, you just add a little glue up the side. Not much at all. It sticks really well. And then you have your pocket for this side. And that gives us a little pocket to put a tag in. Okay? So, let's see. I need to grungy up those pieces. And I need a piece for this one right here. Let's add a little bit of this brown, the desert sand. And I determined that was 3 1/4. All right, so let's go ahead and add that there. All right, so we have two cute little tag pieces, and then what we'll do is we'll actually put a grommet or something inside here to make it look like a tag. So we've got 2 of our 6 pages done. The next one is really pretty simple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut the ends off of the bag so that I can use the Stack the Deck binding. Okay. And then I'm going to take the little ruffly piece off of that as well. On both of these bags. And we're going to do the cuff one that I learned how to do from Laura over at Following the Paper Trail. So what you're going to do with these is you're going to open your bag up. Just be gentle. You're going to pop your gussets out. I know. Everybody needs to pop their gussets. Hopefully it was calorie relieving when we did that. I got some really cool trim today at Joann's. I had some really cute, I had some really good coupons. I got, let's see, you can't see it. Let's see. Some border trim. And I got this really cute lace. And then I got some flat back trim. Oh, fun! Enjoy the birds. And then some other trim. And then this one was probably the most expensive trim that I bought today. So. And it's got some beads and stuff. And I thought it would look really pretty with this stuff. So I got some of it today. Alright. So, everybody got your gussets popped out? So now what you're going to want to do is take your trimmer and your scoring board. And we're going to go ahead and score this at 1.5 inches from the end. Okay, so you're just going to score it at 1.5. On both pieces. You know, everybody should pop a gusset. Just pop them out of there. And if you pull on them without pulling too hard, it won't rip. But it should lay down. They should lay down pretty nice for you. And then 1.5 there. And then just score it as well. And then my camera window keeps popping back on. It wants to be up front, and it makes it hard to see the chat and the social stream. So, all right. So all you're going to do then is cut up into that line on the gusset. So see what I did? I just cut it. This is where the bag folds in. You're just going to cut it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold it back on itself and give it a good score. And this is just going to give it its cuffs. Alright, and then we're going to open our bag back up so it looks like a bag. Now it's got a cuff, and we're just going to fold it all back the way it was folded. Okay? And then what we're going to do, did you cut the bottom of the bag off? Of course I did, Julie. How are ya? I'm excited. Look at you. Yay! Yeah, the bottom of the bag I cut off. No. See, here's the flippy part. You know, the bag looks like this. And I just took a sliver off the side. So the bag's still here, and it's going to be a pocket. Okay? Julie, if you come over into the chat, I can type back and forth to you right away if you can get to the chat. If you can't get to the chat, then we can do it in social stream. The other thing that you need to know is that you are posting everything to Facebook. So when it lets you type again in the social stream, if you uncheck the Facebook thing, oh, I wonder if you don't have a Ustream account, though, it might not let you post there. Anyway, I'm excited. Hi, Julie. So anyway, you're just cutting a little sliver off of the bottom of the bag, and it's going to let you still have the pocket. Okay, so it's going to give us a little cuffed book. And we're going to do that on both of our pieces. So again, we flattened everything out. We popped our gussets out. We scored it 1.5 inches so that it gives us a fold. And then what we're going to do is we're going to open our bag up, and we're going to cut down the line on both sides. And we're going down the edge, and then this is just going to fold back on itself. And then we're going to open our bag like it's supposed to be opened, like a grocery bag. We're going to pop our gussets back in place. And we have our cute little cuffed bag. Okay? Everybody got that? Alright, so now we're going to take our little end, and now I'm going to tell you that we didn't have to cut the bags at all because this is the one that lets us glue on both sides. So now we're going to flatten that out so that our piece is like this. Okay? No, I just learned how to copy well and adapt things to myself. Adapt it to my style. So I don't really know that there's really anything that is absolutely brand new under the sun, but So basically you're just going to fold those back in order to kind of make their pieces. All right, so now let's go ahead and cover these guys up and cover their little cuffs. So I'm going to use that for my front. Okay, Julie, this is one of those reasons why we need to have 17 different pieces of paper, because I've already used 2. So I've used 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cut into this cute little starry page. So on these little itty bitty bags, we are going to cut at 5 1/4. And then at 3 1/4. And let's see, and at 3 1/4. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take off 1 3/4 inches off of this piece. What we're going to do is we're going to give this an edge all the way around. Oh, you know what? We didn't need 1 3/4 inches. We needed 1 1/4 inches. Well, that was crummy. Okay. All right, let's pretend on the other side. So now we're going to go ahead and attach this into the pocket and this little piece here. Okay? All right. And then I'm going to ink the edges of my piece with some New England Ivy, so that it will really pop off of this side. So there's one side of this little bag, and it's got a nice little pocket here. And then on this one, I'm going to put this little piece. Just going to flip the coordinating paper over. And then this piece, I like you using other colors than brown to ink the edges. Yeah, that's one of the nice things. Close to My Heart has some really nice colors that go well together, and when they tell you what goes with it, it makes it really nice. But yeah, it'll make a huge difference when we start using the yellows and stuff. Oh, like this, because I just inked the wrong side. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue down my edges. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and ink the edge of this bag. green as well. Just to kind of dirty it up just a little. The nice thing about it is this ink goes on a lot darker and then it'll dry a lot lighter, so that's nice too. So a lot of people are like, oh, I ruined it, and now it'll dry really nice. So here's our little page that's got our pocket here and a pocket here, and then our binding that'll adhere to the side. And then we'll do our second one, and I am going to use, I'm going to go ahead and use some solid paper here. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and add this plain blue cardstock here. This is Lagoon. And this is going here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use some of this sweet leaf on the other side. Yeah, I really like the Lagoon. It's really, really nice. It's the ink is dark, and it stamps really pretty too. So when we get to the stamping part, it'll be nice. We'll stamp a few somethings in it so you can see it. All right, let's see. And then I have, this is that border piece that comes, it's got the paper name. And so this has got the border piece. So I'm going to use that on both sides of this. Just to give it some dimension and some little, and to use it. Alright, so I'm going to use the same kind of thing on each side. So are you guys all following along? Do you know what we're doing? You know where we are? All right. All right, so this is the other pocket page here for the tags. And this will be the part that will bind. So that's that one. And now for the last one, which is a little more tricky. Once we get those, then we will look at binding the book together and getting a chipboard cover for it as well. All right. So the next one, yeah, they are fun. So the next one we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to cut the little sliver off the bottom, and we're going to cut the little ruffly piece off the top, if that bothers you, on both of these pieces. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do exactly the same thing that we did before. We're going to pop out our gusset. We're going to pop our gussets. Okay. Pop and pull. They'll go right into place. You'll see they'll like to lay down. All right. Anybody have any questions? So we're back to this shape again. And we're going to do that a second time with the other pocket. Alright, so we got two that are like this. Now this is the part that you need to pay attention to, Laura. Because I see you chatting away over there. Alright, you ready? We are going to cut right on the edge of this little gusseted piece. Actually, if we fold this back this way, I can show you. What we're going to do is we're going to cut not on the line, but we're going to cut just to the side. You'll feel it with your finger. There's a bump. Do not cut the bump, but cut right next to the bump. Got it? So you'll cut right next to the bump, but you're not going to cut the bump. Okay? I'm seeing nothing. Are you guys all still out there? Are you paying attention? Alright, so you're just cutting the little piece off, okay? And then you're going to fold that up to make a pocket along the bottom. Okay? To make the cute little tag on the top, you're going to need your little trusty hole punch. Okay? This is just an old school hole punch. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to punch half of a circle and half of a circle. So it ends up looking like this. See it? Okay. Then we're going to take our trusty ruler and we are going to cut this out to give us a place to stick a tag in the top. Okay? So now you have a hole in the gusset. Okay? Hi, Emily. So, now we have a hole in the gusset. Apparently, we popped a gusset. We have a hole in the gusset. We're good for the gusset. All right. So, Emily, everybody, I know that Laura and quite a few people, Tony is between both the chat and the social stream, but Laura is stuck over in social stream. And I see that you're in the chat, and Tony's in the chat. And Lydia is back and forth between both of them, it looks like now. So So that's where everybody is hiding. And then, of course, there are some of my other friends who are around. There's Julie, and there's Carrie, and my friend Barry, and a few other people who are around too. So definitely get to know each other because they're a ton of fun. They really are. And everybody comes from such a different place. So now you're going to know all my secrets. All right, guys. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put the gusset back where it goes, but we're going to open our bag like it's supposed to open. And the piece that now has like an opening, like you can make a puppet. Hi, I'm here. How are you? We're going to stuff him in. Okay? We're going to pop him in. He gets punched in the nose. Okay? And the other side with the pieces, we're going to just put that back together the way it happens. Okay? So, basically you end up with this shape. And Laura is always stuck. Okay, well, it really is not hard. But, yep, we punched it in. That's okay. It looks like Carrie might want to come over for a private lesson on Friday, so you could always come too. All right, so we have this shape. Here's the opening of our bag. We're going to fold this up to a pocket, fold this over to a pocket. So now we have the cute little pocket. Okay? And the thing is that we want them to be so that when they sit like this, the pockets are together. So for this one, our back is on the back. We're going to actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one, feeling where the bump is, but not cutting the bump, but cutting just before the bump. And then we're going to add the cute little punches on this side. And we're going to cut its hole out. Alright. Alright, so we have the opening here. We have our little pieces here. We open our bag back up. We have this cute little piece on the side. We have the guy who talks over here. Hi, how are ya? I'm here. We're going to punch him in the nose, and we're going to fold our bag back up. Okay? And then this piece folds under in order to make our pocket. Okay? Alright, so this is kind of what it looks like. Nah. Thank you. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece down to 3 1/4. And we're going to slip this in here like so. We are going to look for actually, let's look for another. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, those are Sudoku puzzles. Why would they put those up there? Julie, did you notice that? That on the Footloose paper on the top of the zip strip of this green piece, there are little Sudoku puzzles all the way across the top. That is too funny. Oh, the bags are actually at Michael's, Tony. They're in like the gift wrap section at Michael's. And I don't think I've been able to find the bags at Hobby Lobby. All right. Oh, here's a zip strip. Oh, here's these cute. Well, I can't do that either. Oh, maybe. Oh, yes, I can. Here we go. All right. This is 1 3/4. All right. So I'm using the little zip strips again. We're going to protest to Michael's. We need one here. I'm sure. So this is, again, is the little zip strip pieces that have the words and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those here because that'll be a little journaling spot. That's really cute. Barry and Carol over at Scrap-A-Dab-A-Doo have some as well. They've got really nice bags and they are not expensive and they are the really good quality ones, Tony. I highly recommend them and I get super fast shipments. Barry and Carol are amazing. And really, you can kind of get a few, you can get fewer. They charge actual shipping, so it's not like an actual shipping kind of thing. And I don't know if Barry's still around, but let me see if I can, I'll let Barry will post her thing in, the store address in the chat if she's still around, and if not, I'll get to it. And but they have lots of great stuff that a lot of the international people can't get a hold of, and they try and make sure to have something pretty comparable, and it's really nice. So actually I'm going to use this paper. So they have great prices on score tape, actually. I use a ton of score tape, and that's where I get my score tape because I can't find it anywhere here either. So I order, and I'm sure they chuckle every time I order because, you know, basically it's like that's all the order is. It's just this huge amount of score tape. And then it's on sale. I think the score tape, the one that I really like is this size. It's the 1/4 inch and it's $3.99 for 27 yards, I think. And so it's really, it keeps me in business for a while, which is nice. Oh, apparently you got censored. Let's see. I don't know what you were saying, Bratby. But yeah, Scrap-A-Dab-A-Doo really does rock. They're really nice and they do a great job, and they're just awesome, and they try and make sure that they carry the stuff that people really want. So, but if Barry's back, I'm sure, I'm sure she'll post her link in there. Alright, so I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the zip strip off so I can use those on the little pieces here. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and, I don't think any of those are long enough. Oh, that's too funny. All right. And I think all right. Okay, you guys are talking about video calls and stuff. All right. My boys are going to be home soon. So all I'm doing now is just adding the little pieces. All right. So I'm going to use this pool paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a quarter for the front. And oh yeah, you know, I'm going to use the zip strip here. All right, you guys are having way too much fun over there. Alright, and I'm just going to add this piece here. I'm going to break out that Lagoon ink and ink these edges with it, I think. Alright. Okay. The only other thing that you really have to do in this little section is in this piece here, I would just encourage you to put a dab of glue so that it holds it down. So that gives you the pocket that allows you to do both ends. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this here yet. So I'm going to do that on both sides. So now we have all 6 of our pages covered and done. While you guys are chatting about 5 other things. I'm left here to work all by myself. I lost a couple of people, it looks like. So I'm going to move all my little pieces. I know I'm not alone. Alright, so this is going to be page 1 of my book. It's going to open. And then it's going to open to this cute little pocket page here. And then I'm going to do the tag page. I'm going to do this green one. And then we're going to go back to the little taggy page here. And then we're going to use this one. And then so here is the pages of our book. So it's going to open. It's going to start with the Sudoku puzzle thing in the side. It's going to open. So this would be page 1. Oh, that camera doesn't like that at all. And page 2. And then we have the little cuff page and the picture spot. Then we have the little piece here. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. You are not paying full attention, Laura. And then the other tag. Then we have the cuff pages and another picture spot. We have the tag book here. Oh, you know, and I'm out of camera. And then here. And then the back page here. Alright, so the binding piece, we're going to use the Stack the Deck binding because I really like it. So what you're going to need is you are going to need, you're going to see the binding a little bit. So we are going to need a piece of binding for these little envelopes. We are going to use a 3 3/8 piece. So 3 3/8 long. 1, 2, 3. And our first cut is going to be at 1 3/4. The second cut is at 2 1/4. And now I need another piece of blue. Let's see, here we go. And the third piece is at 2 3/4. And this is exactly like Laura over on Following the Paper Trail does her binding system. And we're going to do it exactly the same way. Alright, so we have 3 pieces that are just a touch bigger each and every time. Except for that piece is weird. 3 3/8. We have 1, 2 1/4. For whatever reason, that one wasn't the right size. I have Twix in the freezer upstairs. You could come get some. See, Laura? You're trying to Skype Emily and you can hear her baby, but you're not paying attention to me. Okay, I have a whole bag of the mini ones upstairs. Might have to go break those out. Alright, so we're going to score each of these pieces at 3/4 of an inch, and all I do is flip them around. And we're scoring them on the width of my pieces are 3 1/4. So we're doing the other piece. Ooh, we haven't gotten our Girl Scout cookies yet, but they're coming. They're coming. Courtney Jean has my order already. For the peanut butter tag-along ones are my favorite. All right. Yum. So now what you do is we're going to score these. When you score pieces, one of the things that I didn't know is you should fold in towards the score, so that should be the piece that is up, because it will break the fibers going the other way. I don't even have, I think I have mini M&Ms from Valentine's Day too, somewhere. All right, so each of these pieces is just a touch bigger than the other. Have the majority of you already done this binding? Because it's really super easy. Oh, when you score, if you bend to the score line, so instead of bending it backwards where the valley gets created, you should bend in towards that opposed to the other way, because it will break the fibers. It makes them stretch further. So if you push them in, it won't crack your paper. It's less likely to crack your paper. With the die cuts on with the view paper, some of that paper cracks, and some of the Bo Bunny paper cracks really well. So, and then I am going to use some of my fabric tack. And I'm just going to go ahead and give it a little squeeze here. And just what I do is kind of center it and smush it together. All right. I can't believe we've been at it an hour and a half. An hour and 40 minutes, it looks like. Oh, you're welcome. All right. And then I have score tape. I'm just refusing to use it right now. I'm hogging it. Hi, Dawn. It looks like some of the girls are over in the social stream, just so you know. And I am working on a paper bag mini using some different styles, and I figured out how to bind the 3 different styles by using the stack the deck method of binding. So basically now all you end up with is these flaps. Kind of looks like a Rolodex. So, which is kind of fun. Alright, so the next piece we need to do is actually go ahead and bind our little book. And so Dawn, I'll go through the book here in just a second so you can see it all. I'm going to put a lid back on this glue. This glue is goobery. Okay, so I've put my things in order. When you use this for the first couple of times, definitely use a wet glue. I actually am pretty confident in what I do now that I could actually use the score tape with it, but I'm not going to because some of you haven't used this binding method before. So then you just slip that into the pocket of that that we slit. So this one I'm actually going to do score tape just because it is, it's a paper bag that we folded the gussets back. So I really want them to stick and not come off. So I'm going to actually use my score tape there. This is the one that's got the sandwich in between. Nope, I want to do it that way. Okay. So I'm just going to take the score tape off on both sides. So we now have page 1 and page 2. Now we're going to go ahead and put page 3 in here. Okay. And so we're just slipping that over the top. Okay. So we now have 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go ahead and put this pocket page in again, and I'm going to use the score tape. Oops. Ah. Okay. Alright, I'm having issues here. Hold on. Oh. Actually, it's really not hard. It's just a matter of kind of playing and feeling kind of comfortable. And I've done these a couple of times now, where I've actually done the different books in different ways a couple of times. And so it just gets easier, and then you just start deciding kind of what to put together where. So here's this page, and then our last page. All right, let's see. All right. I actually, because these pages, the bag itself, when I turned the bag down, the way to keep it closed was this way. And the glue works. It's just that the tape actually hits stronger and that. So, That's why I used the tape there, because it was easy and I could get it there. So that was the only reason. You can use the glue. And but yeah, so that's because the bag, these little pages are made with the bag like this. So the other thing, so here's our trusty little book. No words are upside down, so I'm excited. All right, so you guys ready for a chipboard cover? Or are you about done? Thank you. So do you want a cover or not? Okay. Oh, yay! I've got chipboard pieces. Yay. All right. Yes, it's the Stack the Deck binding using the paper bags and the variety of different paper bags. So yeah. So it makes it easy and it's all going to lay flat. So no, we're going to put it in an envelope. Of course we're going to cover it. All right, so here is our chipboard pieces. So we are going to need a piece at, yeah, the binding is called Stack the Deck. And it is Laura Dennison over at Following the Paper Trail. She's the one who does the Stack the Deck everything. So basically, that's kind of where I learned to do it. I'm going to do 3 3/8 tall for these guys. One, two, three. Three and a half, 3 5/8 actually. And just so that I don't cut my fingers off, I'm not going to pay attention to the chat for a minute. All right. And I'm going to want this 1.5 inches wide. And that is the back part of my spine. So it's going to go here. And then the cover is going to be 7 inches long. That's my spine. It's my spine. What did you just use to cut that chipboard with? A rotary cutter from the quilting section. Because you know, I have every craft whatever you could possibly imagine in this room. And you were around for the whole like tour of the of the craft room, and got to see that I have more stuff than I know what to do with. Laura over at Following the Paper Trail used the rotary cutter to do her chipboard pieces. And the nice part is that if you do it, it gives you a nice clean cut, but you can never go back and cut fabric with the rotary cutter after you've cut chipboard. So she recommends you have one for fabric and one for chipboard if you're going to do that. So, you know, and it really is. The trick is getting it to use it right and everything. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so that's really the nice part about it. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one at 7 as well. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. You're welcome. And then this would need to be 3 5/8 wide. Awesome. All right, so now we have our cover for our book. You are not. You are silly. You can go back and watch the video, or you can sit and chat and I'll walk you through it again. And that, but yes, I have a Facebook page. It is my name, Jerry Ann Reeves Armstrong. So it's got my maiden name in there. All right, so I need to look at my scraps and see what I've got for cover material here. I really like the one with the face, or with the starfish on it. This one right here. So I'm going to use this piece. So I am going to cut my paper at, that's 3 5/8, so I'm going to cut it 4 5/8 wide. That'll give me a 1/2 inch on each side. Now you can do 2 different things with this. You can butt these up together on the edges and put them together and then kind of cover over the outside piece, or you can make a binding for the book and put a piece inside. And so I think I am going to use this creme brulee, and I am going to cut a piece three inches wide. I think my guys are back. They are. So just so you know, Harrison will be down in just a few minutes to say hello to everybody, just because that's his MO. That's what he does. All right, and this is where I use the score tape, wherever I hit it. There it is. Oh, I am a fast, people do tell me I am a very fast creator person. But then again, I kind of see the vision and then I'm pretty good at it, so. And here I think comes my son. Hi, buddy.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, don't bump my thing. They all said hi.
Who said hi?
There's a lot. Mrs. York is on Social Stream tonight, and Julie was on.
Susan.
And let's see, Emily and Tony and Dawn. Oh, wow. Can I see? We're getting ready for our Pinewood Derby here.
Can you?
So I'm going to show your car. So Harrison painted his car tonight. So this is his Pinewood Derby car. Tony, and then there is, I don't know what Brat's real name is, Lydia, and that. So this is Harrison's car. It needs some wheels still, but it got painted really good.
I do the axles still.
You got to do the axles still too? Okay, be careful.
I got to do the axles still.
Okay, you don't have to yell at them.
I have to do the axles still.
Okay, don't bump.
Because you guys know I have to do the axles before I put my wheels on.
Oh. Don't rock the table.
Thank you guys for...
All right, can I finish my cover? Laura says hello, Harrison. And Tony says hi. And they're all saying thanks. Yeah, my husband will get the weights all figured out just so that it can run. Because, you know, being that he does precision metal machine work, and him and his brother, I'm sure, are probably half the reason why they now have rules to Pinewood Derby, his car should work. I'll have to, once they get it all done, I'm sure he'll show it off. And so, I hope so. We'll see what happens. Hey, buddy, you want your car back? Did you make it? Is it number 22?
Yes, it is.
It's number 22. Okay, guys, it's number 22. We'll have to make a mini book about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get on with this.
Actually, it's supposed to be the Aaron's Dream Machine car.
The Aaron's Dream Machine car.
Which is actually number 40. And I don't think they have a truck.
Oh. That's too funny. Yeah, he's very excited. We've had a rough weekend with his tummy being all icky. But he's getting better. Okay, let me tell you a secret, because we're going to talk about cardstock for just a second. Are you paying attention over there in the social stream? All right. Paper has a right and a wrong side. So if you all grab a piece of paper, if you find that the paper folds easier one way than it does the other, and you'll feel it, and so when you're using your cardstock and you know that it's going to bend, you might want to test to find which way it bends, since this is going to be the spine and it's going to take some give to it. I really want to be able to feel that. So it feels like this piece here is going to go better. If I had been smart, I would have you know what, I may recut it because I really don't want it to crack. So I'm going to actually recut this piece because I want it to be as gentle here because it's really kind of hard here. So, I need it to be,
He drives the number 22 truck.
I want it to go that way.
The Chevrolet Mama Lucia meatball.
Alright. So now you'll see this bends really, really nice, where this one doesn't bend as easy. So, my son would like to talk to the computer more. So, I don't know if you guys can hear him in the background, but he's chatting away in the other room. So, if it gets a little hard to hear, let me know. Alright, so all I did was add score tape to the paper, or to the chipboard. Yeah. It's one of those things where if you think about it, it's definitely something to kind of think about. All right. No, this is close to my heart cardstock. I am a close to my heart consultant. Have been for quite a while. We are using the Footloose paper from Close to My Heart, and to make our mini album tonight. And I use the Workshop on the Go, which includes a stamp set, extra cardstock, and usually some kind of embellishment. And then I also purchased some of the chipboard pieces for it as well. So I try and use a kit that works really well together. Alright, another trick is when you're going to do the sides and you definitely want these pieces to stick, you want to definitely attach some adhesive along the edges of your cardstock. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and butt this up together. My husband, I'm sure, thinks that I was just the laziest person for a couple weeks, because I really got interested in Ustream and everything right after we chose to pull my son out of school, and I'm sure he thought that's all I did all day. I know he knows I didn't, but I mean, I'm sure that that's what it looks like some days. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and take the edges off. If you were going to punch a decorative border, you would do that to this piece beforehand, but I'm going to leave mine. And I'm going to go ahead and overlap these just a touch, just so that you don't end up seeing any naked chipboard. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this and then we're going to want to leave this. This is a trick that I learned from Laura on Following the Paper Trail as well. You want to make a shim. Let me get that before we... When you're doing mini books and things, you don't want things to butt up right against everything, because it will crack the cardstock and things like that. So one of the ways to do that is to take your chipboard and to make yourself a little shim. And a shim is usually 2 pieces of cardstock or 2 pieces of the chipboard together, just stuck together. And then I'm pretty good that I can eyeball it now, but a lot of people kind of still want to feel like they know that they got enough distance between so that the books don't crack or pull apart or any of that kind of stuff. So what you would do is you would take the little piece of the 2 pieces, 2 thicknesses of chipboard, and you would line up your side piece with it and press it down, and it gives you a nice good piece. And we're going to do that on both sides. And I'm just going to lay this again just a little over the edge. All right. Okay, and so we're going to use our little shim again. I was just reading for a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and attach this piece down as well. Okay? All right, and then we are going to cut off the extra long pieces. As soon as I locate the ruler, there it is in the midst of all the paper. And we are going to leave a 1/2 inch at the end to fold over. On each side. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut the corners, but we're going to leave just a touch of paper. We're not going to cut right at the edge because that will give us a naked corner. It'll make it look funny. No naked corners. Harrison, what are you doing? All right. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and run score tape all the way across the bottom here. Harrison, were you helping Daddy with the trash? And then another trick that I learned was to make sure that you have tape on each side of a joint, because that way it doesn't allow your paper to lift up in those spots and kind of end up puckering. So I know it looks like a lot of tape, but your book definitely sticks together. All right. Do we know how long I can record? Because I've been recording for like 2 hours and 19 minutes. And I definitely don't want to like get booted and not be able to finish the cover and everything for you guys. All right, one of the other tricks to getting things to fold is to use your table in order to bend your pieces over. That way you kind of get a good bend and a crease. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull up the score tape. And then I'm just pushing my paper over. And then I'm really going to give it just a crease to keep it there. All right, you know what? I don't know if anybody's got the answer. Hold on, I'm gonna stop the recording and restart because I'm at 2 hours and 20 minutes and I don't want to lose everybody and not have the finished piece with the embellishments and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording for a minute and then restart. So give me just a second.